What's the cost of selling a house? Well, how much does it cost to sell a house? There are lots of costs involved in the sales process of a house sale, including legal fees, estate agent fees, stamp duty, moving costs, and also potential early payment fees on the mortgage, which obviously depends on the agreement you have with your lender. It's a question that almost every homeowner looking to sell asks, as they should. We all want to know what it will cost to get something done. And knowing puts you in a much stronger position to get your task completed. So that's why we here at We Buy Any House have done some research to tell you, how much does it cost to sell a house? Ultimately, the short answer is that it depends on how you're planning to sell your house. There is more than one option available, so we've put some information together on multiple ways to give you a more detailed answer. Before that, however, there are initial costs you need to think about before you even put your house on the market. Do you need to do home improvements, for instance? You will need to dress your house up a little. It's usually fairly easy and cheap, but will depend on the condition of your property. More often than not, it's a case of refreshing the wallpaper or just reglossing the skirting boards. Get an EPC or Energy Performance Certificate. Every house by law needs one of these before it can be sold. And it tends to cost around £120, but it does last for 10 years. So, depending on when you bought the house, there may still be a valid certificate and potential early mortgage repayment fees. This will depend entirely on your lender, so you'll need to check with them if you do owe. Some lenders don't have a fee in place. Some do, but it expires after a certain amount of time, and some will charge you for paying back early at any point. So knowing what the terms are with your lender is a very good idea. High street estate agents versus online estate agents. Well, this is a popular option for homeowners selling their house and a debate that many people will have before committing to one or the other. We've compared them so you can clearly see the difference between the two. High street estate agents, you tend to pay fees once your house is sold, but it's generally a higher fee. That fee will cover the estate agents hosting viewings and also finding buyers and helping to negotiate a price. And they will also advertise your property and have a network of potential buyers in place. Online estate agents, however, the fees are fixed and they tend to be upfront payment rather than after the sale. The fees won't always cover extra services, so you may have to host viewings yourself, and the advertising is only on their website. Can I sell privately if I don't want to go through estate agents? Well, yes, you can. While selling privately does tend to save money, it usually requires more effort on your part. Some of the things that you'll need to consider to do to get your house sold, they are, well, photos. You can potentially do these yourself if you have an eye for photos and a high quality camera. However, more often than not, sellers will hire a photographer to take the pictures. The better your pictures, the more likely someone will view the house. So whilst a photographer may seem like an unnecessary expense, it's a very important aspect to consider. If you don't want to hire a photographer, you can do the photos yourself. Advertising. There are some free options that you can look into, but the more effective routes will cost you. Sites like Zoopla or Rightmove are really helpful when selling a house. There's usually a small fee, but that will really boost the chances of views for your property. Legal fees. Even if you are able to advertise and sell the property on your own, you will still need a solicitor or conveyancer to handle the legalities of the sale. And time. Whilst you aren't paying money for your own time, it's still a factor. It will usually take more time and effort to sell your house on your own rather than going through an estate agent. Some homeowners are happy with that, but some need a quicker process. And if you're trying to sell your house and you want a quick, hassle-free process, then contact us here at We Buy Any House for a free offer on your home. Can I sell it in auction? Well, yes, you can. Selling it in auction is another option for you, and it's often the fastest way to sell. There are some costs, however, involved with this as well. Entry fees, for instance. This can range from £500 to £1,000 depending on the auction. Commission, well, this can also range, but typically this comes in at around 2.5% of the sale price. Advertising. Well, some auction houses will advertise your house for free, but some will have fees in place, so it's worth asking as soon as you inquire just to see what their policy is. And finally, solicitors' fees. There will need to be someone to handle the legalities of the sale just to finalise it.